Hey guys, Chris here. So today's video is all about how to spot reduce fat from certain areas of your body. 3 areas in particular that I know that a lot of people struggle with. Okay, so first of all, the whole spot reducing thing. A lot of information out there says that you actually can't spot reduce fat from certain areas. Now I agree to a certain extent because the common belief is that sit-ups will give you, will reduce the belly fat, okay, which is a bit of a myth, okay. So belly fat storage, inner thigh storage, and the love handle area here are all responsible. The fat storage is, hormones are responsible for the fat storage in these particular areas, okay. So I want to enlighten you a little bit and just teach you a few little factors about each, not going into too much depth because the hormonal and endocrinology system is quite a complex thing to understand and grasp, but if you can manipulate certain hormones, then you can make a massive impact, okay? So, the first one I'm going to talk about is the old belly fat, okay? Cortisol, the stress hormone, is responsible for belly fat storage, okay? So that's not to mean that cortisol is actually bad for you, because we actually need a certain level of cortisol. Okay, cortisol is a hormone that gets us out of bed in the morning, but it's also the hormone that will make us tired in the evening. Okay, so it should be high in the morning, and across the mid-afternoon down into the evening it should dip. Okay, the majority of people who are basically not getting enough sleep, they are stressed with workplace stress, they're stressed with bills, family, relationships, the likes of that, and the people that are constantly on stimulants, their cortisol, it's called natural circadian rhythm, will be totally out of sync. Okay, so they'll find themselves very sluggish and tired in the morning, yet very tired and wired in the evening. Okay, so they can't get out of bed, but then they can't sleep when they go to bed. Okay, have you ever had that feeling, that tired and wired feeling in the evening? That's because your cortisol circadian rhythm is actually plateaued. So it's a constant level at the whole time. So in the morning it's neither high enough to get you up nor low enough to keep you asleep, and in the evening again the same. It's neither low enough for you to become tired, but it's a little bit too high for you to sleep, okay? Sorry, it's high enough to keep you awake. So, how do you address that? So cortisol, you basically address stress first of all, okay? So you try and manage your stress. I know this is, in particular, it's quite difficult with a lot of people because it's a lot of workplace stress, okay? You manage your sleep, which is probably the easiest thing to sort of control, because you basically just get yourself, make sure you're getting into bed at least 5 times out of 7 before 10 o'clock, okay? That's important. I'll go into the science in different videos. And reduce your stimulants. So the likes of caffeine will actually spike cortisol for 16 hours, okay? So just by taking out caffeine, going on to your general sort of detox diet, improving your sleep and trying to reduce your stress by getting out in the open, going for walks, go for long walks, oxygenate your body, that will help to reduce stress, okay? So if you're stressed, if you are on stimulants, if your sleep's crap, then you're gonna really struggle to drop belly fat, okay? Simple as that, all right? The second one, inner thighs, okay? Now this is down to estrogen, okay? Estrogen's also responsible for the man boobs or the moobs, okay? So a lot of fellas out there, if you're suffering with moobs, it's because your diet is highly estrogenic. And basically there's a lot of different foods that are estrogenic out there that I'll create a video about estrogen and go into more depth on it. And there are a lot of foods out there that are anti-estrogenic. So the likes of watercress is a gold standard anti-estrogenic food, broccoli and cabbage, things like that, curly kale, all these are anti-estrogenic foods, and basically these are full of a chemical called diindol methane and a lot of different indole-3 carbinol, and there's another one, carboxyindole, I can't remember, sorry, there's 3 though, 3 of these indoles that basically are responsible for detoxing estrogen and help cleanse estrogen. So again, going on a natural liver detox will help address the estrogen, and eating more watercress, kale, spinach, rocket, broccoli, and cabbages, things like that, they're all highly estrogenic, okay? By doing that, you're going to help reduce the fat in the areas of your thighs and your man boobs, okay? So around the bottom of the butt as well. That is estrogen is responsible for that. Again, if you're on the pill, then that's going to affect, because that is going to affect your fat loss and your fat storage, particularly around the thighs, because it messes up with your estrogen balance, okay? And the final one that I want to go into, just to enlighten you on where fat storage, so the love handle area here, which a lot of people suffer with. This is probably one of the things I suffer with the most, but it's because I'm a bit of a carb queen at times, or a carb bitch, okay? So I love, certain times I'll eat clean, but sometimes I might be a little bit too high carb, okay? In the past I used to eat a lot of fruit, even though I was eating a lot of all the other good stuff. I was eating far too much fruit, and I'd store a lot of fat here, okay? In the past, before I was into training, into nutrition, when I was just a normal guy in a factory, the whole reason that I got into training, I used to eat a lot of sugar, a lot of sugary foods, and basically my insulin sensitivity will have been reduced, and I'd sort of store fat around this area in particular, right? A lot of lower back fat. And it's quite hard to shift it once you've started storing it there, but things to manage insulin, so cut out all your carbohydrates, like your sugars, in particular your simple sugars, so nothing obviously processed sugar wise, so no white sugar, no sweets, no chocolate. You want to cut down your fruit intake, okay? So, I mean, even cut fruit out completely. If you're going to go for fruit, shoot for berries, because they're antioxidants and they have a lower glycemic index and a glycemic load on the body, okay? So try and reduce the starchy carbohydrates that you have within the body also, because you don't want to be taking in too much carbohydrate anyway. But if you're having a lot of simple sugars, if you're having a lot of fruit, a lot of rice and the likes, then you're going to start storing fat around here, or you're going to find it difficult to drop fat in that area. Okay, so that's just 3 areas that fat hormones are responsible for fat storage. I hope this video gives you a little bit of an insight to why it's important to encompass certain foods, and why it's important to get your sleep right, why it's important to go on to the anti-estrogenic foods, why it's important to manage your insulin levels, and the times that I speak about reducing the insulin spike, why all of that is important. Do all these 3 things together, just managing those 3 hormones alone, and you're going to get major results. Okay, so watch out for my individual videos on the hormonal cascade, and I hope this video is educational. I hope it helps. Okay guys, thank you for watching. Take care, bye bye.